before I start this video, I want to say that I hope you guys have yourselves a happy Halloween. Now, there's obviously a discussion going on about what the next Resident Evil remake will be. Now, of course, we know the next game in general will most likely be RE9, but the remakes from Capcom have taken over by force. Resident Evil 2 Remake and 4 Remake are arguably the best two games in the RE engine, but 3 Remake does not get the love those two games get from the public mostly. But in today's video, I want to rank the remaining RE games that we believe should be getting remakes. Now, here's the games I will not be including. The Revelation series, or Revelations 1 in particular, getting a remake, I truly don't think that will happen at all. Resident Evil 6 is a game I feel like needs to have a longer video, and I'm playing through it right now to really consume the game and see what spots can be improved and all that, but overall that game alone deserves its own video for me to talk about. So RE6 is not going to be included in this list along with other side games and spin-off games. Now, without further ado, let's get into this list, and fair warning, this is my personal list on which games need the remake treatment more, so if a game that you want a remake of the most is at the bottom of my list, don't get offended. I'm just one guy, and the reason I said that is because at the bottom is Resident Evil 5. I truly do think as of right now, it does not need a remake. I think it's more so people want the remake more than anything, especially after it being teased, and I personally don't want this to be the next remake because here's why. I believe to this day, RE5 is still playable and easy to learn. It's one of the best co-op games ever created and is right out fun to play with a friend. And also for the fact that there are other RE games that I will be mentioning that need and deserve the remake treatment more. Plus, I do believe that if we get RE5 first, I don't know if Capcom will consider doing other remakes, and they probably know that other games need to be fleshed out more, and they deserve it more than RE5. It's one of my favorite Resident Evil games of all time. No matter what, the money will pile in once you remake the game. It's not like you're in desperate need. Capcom has made a shit ton of money over the recent years, and they won't stop anytime soon. Same with RE remakes. This game has kind of soured on me in terms of needing the remake, but I feel like if I get rejuvenated about it, then maybe it would be higher than the game ranked ahead of this one. Resident Evil multiplayer games, in my opinion, is in a very similar tier to the live action movies. You may have a few good ones, but most are bad. Resident Evil Outbreak to me is a remake that should happen to give the fans something they've been wanting for years, and to revive the multiplayer scene with a true gift. If any of those games get praised and gets the love it deserves, it's Outbreak. Nobody wanted Reverse, that game died out so fast and that was to be expected. Resistance did not last long. Outbreak to me has really compelling characters you can expand on. You can create a better story for them, you can make this game compelling enough to play with either 2, maybe 4 friends, especially if the game is super fun. You can expand on the scenarios or combine both files of Outbreak to create one big remake and give us more things to play and so much more. Maybe you can make this crossplay and help the game out even more. You can give us costumes of the main RE characters over top people like Kevin, Yoko, Alyssa, and Cindy. Outbreak to me has a lot of potential to truly shine in the RE engine or X engine. I'd love to see something happen, and it wouldn't make anybody mad. If anything, people would be happy that such a forgotten but beloved game in the series gets some sort of love and support. I'd be there to do so, and I also wouldn't mind if this game just got a remaster instead. I'll take it either way. I know this one might piss some people off, but I've thought about it deeply, and I truly do want this, and it's not like that the first remake will go anywhere. That has been preserved and Capcom still holds it to a really high standard, but I can't pass up on another opportunity to see what the Spencer Mansion could look like in the REX engine, which would be fucking breathtaking. RE4 Remake was taken care of big time, and I think the game that deserves and should have the same, if not more care than 4, should be another remake of RE1. I feel like when it comes to this game, it'll inevitably happen. It's more so, when will it happen? That we may not know. I've speculated the 30th anniversary of Resident Evil, which would not surprise me anymore one bit if it did happen, but I can't escape the thought of how amazing the game would look. Young Chris, Barry, Rebecca, Wesker, Jill, Lisa Trevor, and so much more. And maybe there is some things you can expand on, and I'd truly love to see it. Even if you are against the thought of a second remake, the first one will always be there. It will not be forgotten, and is a top 3 game in my opinion in terms of impact in the RE series, and may be more impactful as years go on due to how many remakes are going to be made in and out of Resident Evil. This game is the one I truly want more than anything, and the reason why is because I think this game has so much potential to be one of the best RE games if taken care of properly. The thought of co-op with this game is amazing, but we've only had action co-op games. Co-op survival horror games, however, nothing, and I think this game can be the first one for RE, and it can be really fucking good. It's Resident Evil 0. This is one of the games I did not enjoy playing. There's a lot of things I feel like this game can do justice. The bad boss fight in the church or whatever it was, beyond terrible. The eliminators were annoying and were tanks. The Leechman had the range of Space Jam, Michael Jordan on the last dunk. It was a game that got me frustrated a lot. You can call it a skill issue if you want, but it's not necessarily a game for me that I want to go back to in terms of replay value. I'm happy for the people who enjoyed the game, but for me personally, again, I have zero reason to come back. I think it's at the bottom in terms of replay value for me, even with Wesker mode, and I truly think co-op and so many other new features can do this game justice. The game looks incredible for something made in 2002, even with its 2014 remaster. I want to see this remake happen, and I think of all the games, this one has the most potential. Now, of course, we all know what game needs it more, and it's not just that, but it's what the fans want. If this is a game that is a need and want, there's no way I can move this out of the #1 spot. Resident Evil Code Veronica is just definitely the game that should be remade next. If you really want to flesh out the Chris and Wesker rivalry, this is the one. The story to me is so compelling and has connections with Resident Evil 2 and beyond. If you can make this game feel like RE2 Remake with just a simple notch turned on the action, you can make something special. Now, is it interesting that I made the 1 and 2 spots about the games that are supposedly rumored to be in development? Me personally, no, because these are the 2 games I've said for a while that need this treatment the most. And both games, in my opinion, have its respective fans that love them and want to revisit and have a new reason to love them all over again with the remake. While another side of fans did not enjoy their experiences with Zero or Code Veronica, and want to see remakes of them so they can have a second chance to see how good the games can be, and if they enjoy it, then that's what it's all about. To me, it's not about what game can make the most profit, it's about the games that deserve the love more. The profit side of things will naturally come. Resident Evil in terms of sales is at its all-time peak, even 3 remakes sold extremely well. The RE Engine games are doing great things for the business side of Capcom, and it's not going to stop if anything with how RE has been such a success. So many new fans and old fans will have reasons to buy these games and enjoy them. So my list from top to bottom is Resident Evil Code Veronica, Resident Evil 0, RE1 Remake again, Outbreak, and then Resident Evil 5. For the ones ranked above RE5, I don't mind if they happen first, like Outbreak happening before Code Veronica and all that. I'm not saying my list is perfect, and I'm not saying you guys have to agree with me, which is the beauty of these kind of videos. It lets us voice our opinions and showcase different points of views as to what the fans want. So let me know your list in the comment section. Do you agree with mine or do you disagree? If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and hit that subscribe button. We are super close to 9,000, and I can't thank you guys enough for the love and support. It's all really appreciated no matter what. As always, I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out and much love.